Hey guys, Seeney here, and welcome to another episode on the Australian Wealth channel. I'm really excited about today's video because we are going to be looking at the stock of Crowdstrike. So the first thing when it comes to Crowdstrike stock is it's really important to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Helps to get these videos out to more people. So if you could do that, I'd really appreciate it. So some people on the channel might be familiar with Crowdstrike. Now this is a massively growing company that operates in the cyber security space. And I think that is a very exciting space to be in because straight off the bat, that is an industry that's going to continue to grow as more and more businesses get online and start to do business that way. And we've seen that the pandemic has actually increased the growth of that online space because people have been forced to do business online and less in person. So as a result, as more businesses are starting to go online, there are cybersecurity threats that come along with that. So Crowdstrike is a very interesting company for this reason. And another reason that it's also a very interesting company is the fact that they not only protect against malware attacks and other types of cybersecurity problems, is they actually go and hunt down the source. Now this is very important because that means that you can actually stop these cyber attacks and companies aren't just continuing to get hit with attacks. They can actually pinpoint the source and stop it completely. And I think the results for Crowdstrike are really speaking for themselves. They're used by 44 of the top Fortune 100 companies, 9 of the top 20 banks, 5 of the top 10 largest healthcare providers, and 7 of the top 10 largest energy solutions companies. So they obviously have a massive breadth of experience there. So there's a number of really complicated methods which Crowdstrike uses to protect companies against cyber attacks. So this is obviously 24/7 protection. They're using AI to pinpoint attacks, and there's a number of other world-class security measures. Something else that I found really interesting is very recently Nancy Pelosi bought some of this stock. And if there's one thing that we know about Nancy Pelosi is she's very good at getting rich off other people's money. But all jokes aside, this is an industry that's not going to get any smaller in the future. So I think it's really important to have a look at the total addressable market and how that is continuing to grow over time. Now it all sounds good, but I think it's really important to actually delve into the financials of the company. What are they doing? So we're going to have a look at that right now. So we're in Q2 fiscal 2021 right now. So this is the financials for this quarter. So the company is roughly valued at $29 billion. So it's not a massive company, it's a large company for sure, but it's not like that mega cap size that you would get from say Apple or Facebook. So revenue for this quarter totaled $199 million. So the part that I found most interesting about this is that it was an 84% increase on last year's results. So in this quarter, in the previous year, they had way less revenue. So this company is growing very fast. So annual recurring revenue increased 87% to $790 million a year. So they're pulling in quite a substantial amount of money year after year, and that is continuing to grow at a very fast rate, nearly 100% every single year. Okay, so the GAAP loss, which is the generally accepted accounting principles from the operations, they lost $30 million compared to $50 million in the second quarter of fiscal 2020. So that's the first thing. This is a company that is currently losing money. So you need to take that into account when you're valuing the company. Having said that, something that I absolutely love about this company is they have a lot of cash lying around. In fact, they've got basically $1 billion in cash that's just lying around that they can use to invest in the business and to weather any times that are quite difficult for them. Like the moment where they're actually losing money on the bottom line. They're going to be able to sustain that for a fair while. And with the company growing this fast, I personally believe that it's not going to be too long before this company actually starts to become very profitable very quickly. Another metric, which is a huge one, is that they had 91% customer growth year over year. So that means they've nearly doubled the amount of customers they had this year compared to last year. This is a company that I really like because it looks like it's on the verge of profitability. And we all saw what happened with Tesla when that company was on the verge of profitability. There are a lot of people shorting Tesla because they believe that they were going to go out of business, but all of a sudden that switch flicked and they became very profitable very quickly, and that's starting to scale up. And we've seen 5 continuous quarters of profitability from Tesla, which is really fantastic. And I believe the same thing is going to happen with Crowdstrike over the next year or so. The only downside for me is that the forward PE ratio is absolutely massive, because I think a lot of people have actually seen what I'm currently seeing in this company right now. And the forward PE of this company is 588. So it is a very rich valuation for the revenue that they're currently pulling in. However, I think it's really important to take into account that they're nearly doubling up revenue every year, which is an incredible number. So it's something it's really worth weighing up. Although the company's expensive, will they continue to grow and reach that number, and will the stock continue to grow in the future? I personally believe that is going to be the case. So I guess that is the question, will I be buying Crowdstrike stock? Yes, but I personally will not be buying a large position in this company because it's not as safe as some of the other investments that are out there. I think it's important to have some exposure to some really strong growth stocks like Crowdstrike, and this of course is an area that is going to continue to grow in the future. But there's a lot of risk involved in this business as they're not profitable as of yet, so it's really important to take that into account. It's worth building a position into, but I think a large position is probably not the best idea, especially with a valuation this rich. It could get cut in half and still be overvalued. If this stock goes up, I might purchase a little bit more, provided the financials are continuing at basically the same rate. If it comes down, then I will start to buy it more and more again. So at the moment, I think it's a decent buy, something that's worth looking at if you think that cybersecurity is going to be a really important sector in the future, which I personally believe that it is. So I'd really like to hear your opinion on Crowdstrike stock, and whether you think it's a buy, do you think it's an absolute sell, or you should just hold on to it. I'd be really keen to hear your opinion. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It helps to get these videos out to more people so they can learn about these topics. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you later.